Your project, Sahi Homestay Retreat, a small tourist accommodation space, was designed and built in Hue City in central Vietnam in 2019. It is located next to the Perfume River, which is approximately 2 kilometers away from the city center. Hue, we should mention, is a city with a rich history. It was once the imperial capital of Vietnam. So it's a major tourist attraction. So tourism is on the rise and it plays a major role in the city's economy. What were your clients' major objectives here, and what was your key design strategy in this project?
The main objection in the designing this project for the clients is the void spaces between the bedroom, because the clients afraid of the area of the room are lost. For sure that they'd like to have as many rooms as possible, and this will affect the income of the homestays. However, the voice designed at small gardens and group sitting spaces, offering the good environment, enhancing the relationship between the guests with the surrounding greenery and the guests themselves. This also provides privacy for the bedroom. So, the number of the bedroom is less than it is with a full plan option.
How many bedrooms are there?
6 bedroom.
6.
Yeah, but it brings relaxation feelings and privacy for the guests, so they can pay more.
I understand that the main design idea was to separate rooms and to allow breezes to go through the building and through the spaces, right? To make it more comfortable for visitors.
Yeah.
What are the primary programmatic elements? And if you could talk about the materials utilized in this project?
This project is a homestay, and it's including a multi-purpose space, serve at the lounge, cafe, or reception. The bedrooms with the inner garden attached, and the void spaces between them to welcome the garden atmosphere to the interiors. And about the materials, we try to use the local natural materials such as stone, brick, terracotta, tile, and especially the reclaimed wood. In the case of the tropical climate of Vietnam, in the summer we have a harsh sunlight, and in the winter we have long and heavy rain and very high humidity. So in this project, we suggest to use a wooden curtain, including many horizontal wooden bars that goes along the facade of the projects. This takes a role as a light filter, allow the wind to go through, and at the same time reinforcing the main wooden structure. And as a result, a sloping roof is designed to cover all the spaces of the homestay, and this have to utilize the rainwater into an underground tank that will be used for the irrigation in the summer.
I find the system of wooden louvers that you call a light filter and curtain you just mentioned is quite a compelling part of the building's facade. So wood, I would say that wood is the material that dominates this project. All the wood that's used here is reclaimed, right? So I
Right.
want you to talk about where it's coming from and how wood was utilized in this project.
As many old public buildings have been demolished around the city in the middle region of Vietnam. The component of the roof and the ceiling of the window system that made from the hardwood are utilized for the main structure, furniture, door, and windows of our projects. We found this and we tried to use because the character of the reclaimed wood it is strong enough for the main structure. After being used for a time, it's become stable. They bring the natural and cozy feelings. And you know that about the cost is lower than the new ones, around 50%.
Wow.
And it's also very easy to make the construction because the existing section could be selected and used for the new structure. So after we select a suitable section, the reclaimed wood just need to be cleaned and connected together for the finished structure.
Did you encounter any particular challenges?
Sure. I think the first and the most difficult challenge is to convince the client for the ideas with the voice space and more greenery. This is also the first time we found and decided to use reclaimed wood for the main structure. So we also need time and many construction experiment with the different local worker, carpenter. Besides the climate, with the long and heavy rain in the winter, when we construct the projects, is another challenge while working on these projects.
I wonder about your design process in this project. What came first? Was the project designed on paper, or did you make certain decisions already after you found certain wooden elements that were reclaimed? Because probably they have their own distinctive character, and you wanted to display it, feature somewhere, and maybe that's what was driving the design.
About the process, firstly is the data. So I'd like to collect all the information and requirement from the clients, as well as the urban planning regulation. I try to understand the context of the site. So after visiting the site, some initial sketches will be made. And I also like to work with a physical model from the small scale at the beginning to the bigger ones when the project developed. And the ideas will appear through this process.
Did you have a number of schemes, or was there just one scheme? And again, I wonder if you encountered any particular elements that maybe changed or impacted your initial ideas for this project.
Actually, the ideas will be changed according to the process of the projects. When we try to make this kind of the space and this kind of the connection, and then we talk with the worker, the carpenter, maybe they have another or a better way to do that. So maybe we discuss together with them and we found the better solution. I think it's a good process.
So probably even during the construction of the project, there were some changes made. Even
Yeah.
I understand that this process was very quick. You designed it in 2019, and the same year the whole project was already built. But still, probably encountering certain particularities on the site or working with the material also made you think differently from
Yeah.
the original design, right?
There are many changes. but it's not a big change.
The Sahi Homestay retreat was built already 5, 6 years ago. It seems to be quite a popular place. I even saw some wedding pictures posted on some sites, so it seems to be quite popular. I wonder what people say about it.
So after nearly 6 years from the opening, the homestay have welcomed around 100,000 of guests. Because
100,000. Wow.
yeah, this is a famous tourist city in Vietnam. So we welcome all the guests from all over the world. Most of them are very happy when staying at the homestays, and they give many good feedback about the architectures, the atmosphere, the local feelings, and also the service.
Well, this is very impressive. And going beyond this project, if you could discuss your design process in general, not only related to this particular project, how do you typically start, and where do you derive your inspirations from?
I would say it's the history, the culture, and lifestyle. And today the world is very open, so the inspiration is also come from the architectural practice all over the world in the history or at this moment. And for me, especially from the context of the place where I have been.
Can you give any examples?
For example, when I today I have many inspiration. I study a lot from the architectural works, the practice all over the world in the internet, maybe from some of your interviews, the famous architects. I live in the city, a tourist city with a long history, and we have a diverse culture. So it's also a good context for me to make something new, something different.
I can see that one of the books behind you is called Beyond Baba. So I guess Jeffrey Baba is one of the inspirations for your work. Would you say so?
Yes, yes, it is.
Would you call your architecture regional? Um, is it the kind of architecture you were taught at school? Would you say what you were taught at school is um, what you are doing now is a continuation of that, or is it a kind of contrast, or even a protest against what you were taught? I wonder if there is a continuation of certain traditions that you can see in, from coming from traditional architecture to what your practice is like today.
When I study at the university, there is a big influence from the modern architecture of the Westerns. And after I graduated, I tried to copy it in my works. So after the time, I think that it's like something fake. It's not real. It's not belong to me, belong to my place. So I try to shut in the place where I am living. The history, the culture of my country. And I think that we are not living alone in this planet. So we have a connection, a strong connection with the nature. So I strive searching for the connection with nature, creating a kind of architecture that is harmony with nature, connecting and touching the emotion of people. I worked for vợ chồng Nghĩa for a couple of years. From 2012, I started my old practice. It's 2 years that changed my mind, changed the way preconsidered my way of thinking about architecture. He's brave, smart. He teach me a lot, and I learned from him not only architectures, but also the way of living, the way how we connect with nature. His office is an international office, so I have a chance to work and to connect and understand the different country, different people from all over the world.
When discussing your work, you use words and phrases such as peaceful, joy, tranquility, individuality, a peaceful atmosphere, and a sense of connection to nature and between people. How else would you describe your architecture and intentions behind it, and what kind of architecture do you try to achieve?
I strive shutting the connection with nature, creating a kind of architecture that is harmony with the nature, connecting and touching the emotion of people. It's what I tried.